Oh, hi there. It's Friday, and I am coming off just a horrible day of being sick. I'm still feeling a little groggy, but there's a WSL game this afternoon, and I thought I would watch it and hopefully watch it with you all and just chat about Shogi. Stuff has been happening, and that's it. I see this game here that's scheduled is it is David Go versus Tony Ko from Slovakia and so Spain versus Slovakia. This is one that I think we tried to watch I think we tried to watch this one once and they missed it or got rescheduled, but at the bottom of the list here, there is David Go is asking. So one of the players is here. So at this point, we have a 50-50 chance of actually getting a game, which would be nice. Friend of the channel, I Dream of Shogi, is playing. He's back to being 4 Dan, and he's playing a 5 Dan now. One of the things I love about him is that he plays everybody. And yeah, oops, Atari comes down just as I start streaming and I had closed the door. So I'll open the door. I'll be right back. Get out here. All right, there's the door. She knows. She knows I've started streaming. Game should be starting in around 7 minutes. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it'll start. Boy. Yeah. Guess we can take a look to see in general about the teams here. This is Division D, and let's take a look at the divisions. Division D, Spain 1 is leading that right now, and Slovakia is in 6th. But we're right at the start, so they've only lost 1 game, and that was to Brazil. So, anything can happen. It's all close up at the top. But, yeah, should be good. Should be a good one. Who is in that Brazil 3 team? Good team. Yeah. Who did I pick? Did I go through Division D when I made my predictions? I did not. I only made predictions for A, B, and C. So I did not predict Division D. Maybe I didn't know enough of the players in there. I don't recall when that stream happened, what we were doing. So there's 6 minutes to go. I'm just gonna put up this game and periodically watch for the WSL game. Just want to see what's going on. Making his Shogi is making his attack here. Looks like he must have given up a gold for a bishop, something like that. Looking great. Has the promotion. Has a pawn right here. Interesting. Boy, what do you do? Do you just drop the gold here? Hey, Origa Moniwa. Nice to see you. Just gonna check again, make sure the game hasn't started. It has not. Wow. So what's the plan? Do we drop the gold here on a2? Do we drop the gold maybe on 3-2? He's going to come up to 4-1, I guess. I don't think you want to give... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you want to give... Yeah, so he was kind of allowed to get that knight sort of with tempo. I like that. I like that. I don't know if in the end, like, is that fast enough? So desu ne. I think that's why bringing the gold back might have been good. So when the opponent had the rook on 5-1, maybe that's why bringing the gold to 5-2 would have been good, or would that have just been a trade? Boy, that seems real strong. That seems real strong. I see a follow. Aqua Avis or Aqua AV1S, whichever one. Appreciate the follow. Thank you for that. And we hit one of the auto-generated follower goals of 540. So 540 followers after well over 2.5 years of streaming. It's been a slow ride. Boy, this is feeling extremely good to me for I Dream of Shogi. How's the other... Has the game started? The WSL game has not started yet. Okay, I'm just going to go back. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So we gave up that pawn. Wait, what happened? Something seems to have gone amiss. Oh, maybe it's not a miss. Maybe it's not a miss. I don't know. Because now this bishop is doing some work, but not much. But it's a 5 dan, so there could be, very deep things going on well far above my head. Oh, okay, the bishop, he took with the bishop, and then Adrian Shogi did this. Wow. 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 Drop the rook at 3-1. Huh. I like the dropping the rook. I like the rook at 3-1. Oh no, he had another gold. It would have allowed him to drop another gold. Yeah, so now we're a bit slower here, but maybe that's fine. So he's going to try to delay it. So Gote is going to try to delay things and hope that Sente messes up is maybe the key. Just pull it back, yeah. Now push it to the side. Should he save the should he bother saving the knight? I think that would be crazy. Is taking any good? Take. I don't think so, because the silver and gold are doing some nice defense. Pull a silver? Put a silver here? Silver on 7-1? Yeah, I'm not loving this right now. I'm not loving it as much as I did. But maybe it's fine. Hey, VMD Ayaka. Maybe that's just how you have to play. Okay, now they're playing quickly. Now they're playing, you know, he senses something. You know, Gote is not going to resign. Gote is not going to resign. The rook back, I like it. Bring the gold. He's looking to finish it out. Yeah, that's a free lance next. And there's the, so he takes, gets the check. Is there mate here? Is mate on the board? I think there is mate. Yeah, okay, there it is. GG, GG, beating a 5-dan. Impressive, impressive. Very impressive. I didn't see the earlier part of that game, but yeah, congrats. Love to see friends of the channel win. That's my favorite time. Still waiting on this game. So, you know, it wouldn't be a WSL game if it started on time. So we're waiting. 3 minutes past 12:30. And the game offer is up. It is up. You can't see it on stream because it's lower in this bottom list here. But we can do this. So I could do this. How about this? Yeah, this is a new feature that Hidechi added. So let's, yeah. So I'll put this up here just for now. So the game, just to prove to you all that the game is being offered. I'm almost done with my tea, my Ito and tea. Rock and Eagle, yes, this is a scheduled game. It's but yes to both. It is a scheduled game and it is part of a tournament. It's the World Shogi League, and I am pasting it into chat there. And oops, and I'll paste this into YouTube as well. Yeah, it's a sort of world. Well, it's a World Shogi League. Teams not every country. The countries that have signed up, they have one or more teams involved. And every month, one team plays the other team. They put up 3 of their players against 3 of the other team's players or the other country's players. And the games are scheduled. Each player is responsible for scheduling the games with the other player. So a lot of it is scheduling. It's a scheduling tournament. It's a shogi tournament, and it's also a scheduling tournament. Do I play? I don't think I am going to play. I don't think I'm going to play today. It depends. It depends. I was really sick yesterday. I laid in bed in just sort of pain all day yesterday, and my head is still very, very foggy. Hey, Foradune, thank you so much. Tier 1 subscription, 8 months. Currently on an 8-month streak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that. So, so I don't know if I have much in me. I might have 10-second games in me here, but yeah, my head is there. I basically got a vaccine shot on Wednesday, and that completely knocked me out yesterday. So I was dead to the world yesterday, but couldn't sleep. So I was just laying in bed kind of in pain, you know, not really even wanting to watch anything or do anything like that. Occasionally I just listened to some because my eyes were hurting so bad. I was listening to some YouTube videos, but that was really it. Early in the morning, I saw that early in the morning, I saw that Kyo, or however it's pronounced, Kyo, the Kyo Shogi app made its way to Steam. And I thought I would, you know, I was planning to stream that. But I logged in, I saw it's only in Japanese, which is what I expected. You know, this is something we had talked about on stream. I'd expected it would only be in Japanese. But it doesn't seem like it's available yet. At least I can't download it. Is the 81 Dojo Kifu viewer broken? You mean that webpage? I don't know. It's always been since the redesign, it's always been kind of janky, but I don't know about broken. I haven't heard that. Like the buttons don't align properly and stuff like that. Though I imagine you're looking in Japanese. Oh, it's just a blank screen. I have not heard that. I haven't looked at a Kifu in a let me go into one of my Kifus. I'll spend some D miles here. Mine's loading. Interesting. Mine is loading. I wouldn't say it's you. So I wouldn't say it's you. I I wouldn't say it's you at all. Like, who knows what changes went on behind there that broke other browsers. It happens to work for me. The WSL game it happens to work for me for now. Aqua Avis, you say you're a new player. You already gathered 81 Dojo as the biggest shogi website. You also found Lee Shogi. Is that any good? Well, welcome again. 81 Dojo is not the largest in terms of players. Shogi Wars is. Shogi Wars has the most players. So, but it's a site that only is Blitz and Bullet. Like there are no slower games. It's a mobile first and only app that also runs in a web browser. So the mobile app will also run in a web browser. And that's how I've always streamed it. But that has the most players. 81 Dojo has sort of gotten larger recently because the largest sort of historic slow shogi these are still relatively fast games, but the historic server that's been around for 30 years, Shogi Club 24, they closed up at the end of 2025, and 81 Dojo has been getting a lot of their players, especially a lot of their strong players, to move over. So the 81 Dojo size is pretty large. It's especially during hours where especially during the peak Japanese hours, or the peak Tokyo time hours. It gets kind of crowded, which is nice. You know, it's still not a lot. You know, it's 1,000 to 1,500. It seems like logged in, which is not that much, but it's a good number. Lee Shogi has far fewer active players, but I think Lee Shogi is the best quality software that we have in the shogi world by far. Like, nothing else even compares. There are really no other modern shogi sites. You know, everything else is pretty low quality / old / limited in functionality. So Lee Shogi is the best we have. It's just there aren't as many players, but it's great. So there's something for everyone. All these sites will work if you're interested in playing. No matter what, as a beginner, it's very difficult to find quality games in Shogi online because there just are. It seems like there are not as many beginners that play online Shogi. So it sometimes feels lonely and frustrating as a beginner. But it's one of those things you just kind of have to press through. But Shogi Wars will have more valid beginners than I think the other sites will. Doesn't mean there will be a lot, but there's a chance. Vito Das Boat. That's Don Vito. Good to see you. Don Vito agrees. Lee Shogi and Pio Shogi the best. Yeah, Pio Shogi is not a site, to play other players, but it's another mobile application. And on iPhone, it's translated into English. So Pio Shogi, Pio Shogi, it will let you play some good bots. The bots are the Shogi world does not have sort of the polish and variety and quality level as, say, chess bots. It's not even close, but Pio Shogi is a decent starting point. The beginning level bots, they play okay. And when I say okay, they play sort of human-like-ish type things. I on my YouTube channel, I have a speed run of me trying the Pio Shogi bots, and they're relatively satisfying. New audio when entering a completed game in 81 Dojo. Oh, just that it plays the ending game? Oh, that's nice. That is nice. That's nice to know that it's ended. Yeah, so that's the normal ending sound. Hey, Lorenzo, nice to see you. Shogi Wars is the best place to find beginners, also, in your opinion. Yeah. Then there are ways to find the Kifus and put them on Lee Shogi. Yep. Oh, you're getting a different audio? Hey, Todoski. Fordun, I have not done a cache clearing. The game started. The game started. Only 14 minutes late. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Oh, well, I'm not playing. So the game started. Excited here. Excited. We got a WSL game. We got the WSL game. But I have not done a cache clearing reload of 81 Dojo in a while, and it seems to me that anytime Hidechi makes a change, I have to clear the cache for it to go through. So it's possible next time I do a reload that I will get that. I'm guessing that's what it is. It seems like every time this happens on 81 Dojo, it's just a matter, I just have to reload the page, while clearing cache. So I'm excited to hear the new one. Is it good? Is it a good sound? So we've got static rook right here. It looks like we're gonna have a double static rook, which will be nice. The players here from Spain and Slovakia. This is Division D, but David Go is a Shodan and Tony Ko is a 2Q. So they're closely matched. And we'll see. There's no Shogi club near you, unfortunately, so you're limited to online options. Yeah, I hear you. I think that's the same for a lot of people. But also, one thing I would say is that don't give up on making a club yourself. And sometimes one thing that you can do, and I've seen this work, and I've heard others say it works. It has worked for them. Oh, look at this. announce something somewhere, maybe on meetup.com or somewhere else, somewhere else that people might be checking, announce your club, and then say, make it at a nice place like a coffee shop or something like that. Go to the shop, get yourself a coffee, sit down, put the board out, and do Tsume Shogi problems by yourself. And if people come, great. If they don't come, well, you'll have enjoyed a cup of coffee and you've done some Tsume Shogi problems. And if that doesn't work after like a month of going every week or 2 months of going every week, maybe you could hang it up and say you tried. But I would just say that is a possibility, that can work. There is documented evidence of that working. And in terms of watching videos, also I would say, of course I would say to go to my YouTube channel, but I Dream of Shogi has been making not many, but has some great videos. It kind of to gently bring you into the pro game. He's got some videos of different openings, which are interesting. And he's also got some videos of himself playing. And it's great. Good to see you, Capybara. Yep, we got our WSL game. This game, neither of them, I think, showed up last time, and then they rescheduled, and it started 14 minutes late, but we're good. But yeah, check out I Dream of Shogi's channel. And for other sort of, oh gosh, I don't have it. Yeah, I do. So I'll paste this into the channel. I'll paste. Gosh, I'm not finding. I'm trying to find this. So there's his, and then if you want sort of shogi club porn, if you will, this channel is one of my favorites. He shows. He also has videos that are not games playing, but I don't like those. Well, I don't speak Japanese, but this is fantastic. This Utsunomiya Shogi Center, Shogi Club, it's fantastic. And like, to just get you into the mindset of wanting to play over the board shogi, I think this channel does it. It does it for me. You published a new video today? You published a long video. I don't see the blue dot next to it. Did you make it public? Oh, now I see it. Now I see it. Challenger League, final day games. 51 minutes. Oh, I've got something to do after the stream. Very good. Very good. So this is, I Dream of Shogi is the kind of person, this is why I wish the shogi community was larger. Because I feel like if there was even the smallest amount of support for content creators like I Dream of Shogi, then like we would get more videos. Like, it's not much, but like what if I Dream of Shogi could count on getting like $10 per video he uploaded? Not like what the successful YouTubers get, but just to get something. If he could count on that, I bet there would be more videos. More opening videos, more everything videos. Don Vito, you say to make a shogi game only in Japanese and put the description of the game in English. Curse after, to make them curse. Well, it's not for sale. If you're talking about Kyo Shogi. The thing is though, so I respect the decision. If we are talking about Kyo Shogi, if we are talking about Kyo Shogi, which is the I call it I'll call it new because it's going to be released soon. It still looks to me like a very old app in terms of quality and everything. So it's still, it doesn't look good to me, but anyway, we'll say it's new. I support their decision to not localize in English. I mean, honestly, maybe it's a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take, but there are not many players there are not many shogi players outside of Japan. Just flat out, full stop. There are not many shogi players outside of Japan. And of those players, the number of players that will pay for your product or pay a subscription, even, especially, I'd say are even lower, those numbers. So what motivation does the Kyo team have to localize their application into English? If 99.9% of their users are going to be from Japan, and their English language users will probably not be paying, why would they spend the money? Why would they spend? So, like, if they don't have an English speaker or someone who can spend a lot of time doing English stuff for their app, localization is not easy. It sounds like it's easy, but trying to turn everything into English is not so easy. And if they are releasing this app, they don't know how well their app is going to do. Clearly, their app is not of the highest caliber in terms of quality, artistic quality, and configurability from what we've seen in the videos. So I kind of like the idea that if they want their app to do well, they're not going to waste time up front localizing it for a player base that just isn't there. And instead, they're going to focus on making the app the best they can make it. At least, this is my charitable take on what they're doing, and I understand it. Like, it seems perfectly reasonable for them not to release it in English, because they probably won't get that money back. So, like, even if you do the maths, let's say their app hits it off like gangbusters in outside of Japan. And by gangbusters, I'm going to say they get 100 subs. They get 100 non-Japanese players paying for the app, paying $5 a month for whatever their in-app purchase is. That would be $500 a month. That's probably not enough to justify the work they've got to do to support it. And that's if like all that to me doesn't even seem possible, that you'd get 100 people outside of Japan paying for the app. Yeah, you're talking about the Steam game of Shogi. Yeah, the Steam game. Yeah, Kyo. That Steam game is called Kyo. Edward, nice to see you. Yeah, Slovakia is in here. You can't believe I'm not sponsored by Slovakia yet. I should be. If you know anyone in the Slovakia tourist bureau or whatever, let them know about my channel. Let them know about my channel. I could use a subscriber. Yeah, Capybara, I was expecting another forfeit too, because this game was starting late. This game did not look like it was going to start. I feel like I've been talking too much and not doing this. Hey, Benjamin Shuett. No Mukai Bisha. No Mukai Bisha Kyo player, so you're not playing. Maybe they'll get one. Maybe they'll get one. If people like that app and it does well, maybe they will give you some mix of a cat and dog girl that plays Mukai Bisha. I don't know what kind of animal girls they put in that game. You know, why does Shogi Wars localize? Yeah, it's a good question. And I've wondered, like, I would love to know their numbers. My guess is that they did it as an investment. That they thought my guess is, much like myself doing streaming, that if you build it, they will come. And maybe they just didn't have a great sense of how small the Western shogi world is. Maybe they had, maybe their developers speak English and just thought it would be a good thing and it wouldn't be too difficult for them. You know, everyone has their skills. So, you know, maybe it was just not that big of a deal for them to do the localization. You know, because it's clear on their shop and elsewhere in the app, it's not always localized. It's you know, some plenty of stuff in Shogi Wars is not localized, but they do a good job in general. Even though the localized version doesn't look very good, you know, the text doesn't line up. It's not very polished. But that's true of almost all shogi software, but it's not very polished. But maybe they were able to do it sort of speculatively and without spending a lot of money on it. But the Kyo people, you know, they're trying to release the app. Maybe it's on their version 2 roadmap. Who knows? But all I'm saying is I understand, especially now that we know more in 2026 about how small the non-Japanese shogi world is than they did back 10 years ago when Shogi Wars released their app, or whenever that was. So that's my guess. The Japanese economy is going to crash. We don't know. I mean, maybe we don't know, but it doesn't mean shogi is going to do well outside the US. I mean, outside of Japan. This seems like a very interesting game to me. I'm not sure what this structure is. This almost feels Urshino Ryu-ish, but not quite. This, I'm not sure if this is a known approach against Sleeve Rook. Adrian Shogi, you're saying it's also possible the Shogi Association made it a requirement of their endorsement. Yeah, that's possible too. It's possible back when the JSA was maybe more hopeful for non-Japan. Kabibara, you don't know how to explain it, but this game feels very cheesy. Well, it's Sodebisha. Sodebisha is one of the kings of cheese, as far as I'm concerned. Sodebisha is one of the kings of cheese. The open, you know, there's Sodebisha is out there with the Burger King hat out there. Whopper with cheese. But I do like this. I think that the problem here with this approach is that I think he can come down here and badger this bishop. So this bishop is not really. I don't know. I don't think this bishop is in a great spot here. I could clearly be wrong. I don't know this, but just eyeing this myself, there's that. You know, this threat is a thing. I'm not sure if it's worth it, because this pawn is still, you know, let's say we push, he takes, we take, silver takes. Now this is here. I guess you could get a gold up here. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, with the pawn on 3-7, knight 3-7 is not possible. Yeah. So if he was this is one move too slow. It's one move too slow to defend the head of the bishop. So I'm going to say that this move was not the greatest. That's my 2 cents on that one. I think I probably would have pushed up the pawn. It does allow this, but it's not really a threat here. It's not really a threat. If we jump the knight, the bishop is hitting this, or we could have just pushed the pawn after the bishop goes. I think rather than 1-6, I would have played 3-6. But I'm also tempted by this. This I don't like. I'm not sure if I it's probably fine. It's probably fine, but I don't know if I like it so much. The rook defending, yeah. So that's the thing where if you would have brought the silver up and the rook comes up to defend, here you could have just pushed the pawn. And then you can come out like this. I think. I mean that's my thinking anyway. I wonder, I have no, you say, Todas, you say, is pawn 4-4 actually fine? Or are you being polite? I don't know. So that's the thing about me, is that, I have no idea what I'm doing in Shogi. I feel like the more I learn, the more I don't know anything. So everything everything and anything I say it feels weird for me to even commentate a game because I feel like I know so little about the game. If it's not Urshin or Ryu or Torizashi, I feel like very much out of my depth. But so when I'm trying to give ideas, I think there will rarely be a point where I feel like I know the truth. Yeah, the pawn to me, as you say, seems stuck on 4-4. The castle is not good, but this is kind of interesting, having the rook behind it. Now maybe the king is going to go to the right side, even though there are very few generals over there. I don't know. Vito, you said, Don Vito, you said the problem is smart people underestimate numbers of stupid people around both two theories of stupidity. Wait, what is that? Not a single mainline player in Slovakia. Wait, this is basically the meta of versus Gangi? Wait, what is? Because I don't see Gangi anywhere in this game. Oh, Sodebisha is. Sodebisha. I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I think you've talked about that before, which is I didn't say it, but like I just kind of assume people. I probably shouldn't assume. I think people. When I tell a joke, I just assume people are in my head and knowing when I'm being not serious. So like when I call Sodebisha cheese, there's an element of truth to it in my mind, but I think in my mind, it's clear that I am not being serious. But people that don't know, that are not in my mind, which is everyone else, they don't know that. So anyway, yeah. So Debisha, you have said, and I think it's been discussed about how it's a mainline approach versus some openings, and even what is that? Don Vito, you gifted with a gift sub, tier 1 sub to Capybara. Thank you. Boy, I appreciate that. I really do. But What was I trying to say? But Sotobisha, even not against Gangi or whatever, it presents a lot of challenges. Especially if you're not ready for it. It presents a lot of challenges. Like, what are you gonna do when the 16-inch python, when Hulkamania runs wild over you, runs wild on you? With these 16-inch pythons, brother. What is gonna happen when you get that rook behind a pawn and it starts pushing up this file and there's a bishop diagonal opened? Like, Sotobisha is awfully scary. Sotobisha is a terrifying opening. And yeah, it may be cheese because it can blow up the opponent's position so shockingly simply, but it's legit. But Edward Panko, that's not true. That's not true. We both play mainline. We play mainline Urshin or Ryu. That's the best mainline. The mainest of main lines. The basest of main lines. The baseline, because we're based. We're based Urshin or Ryu players and based Torizashi players. What does Malkovich mean? I'm not sure what that means. Is that some reference to people not being in my head from that movie where people are in John Malkovich's head? I don't know if I've seen it. You're still waiting for the first WSL truck? Well, you're going to be waiting a long time unless you play WSL. Oh, Danger Sid, I'm sorry I missed your message. If you're still there, I apologize for that. Let me read it now. On YouTube, it's not always... I've got a small font on this left to fit in as much chat as possible. But the text is all the same. The names are all the same color. So it's sometimes very difficult for me to determine which messages I've already seen. I don't like this. So I didn't like this. I didn't like this myself. I did not... Hold on. So this is not what I... Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. Yeah, so this is... maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I didn't like it for Sente. So the problem is my brain right now is... And I fall for this when I'm spectating a game. My brain works from the position of, how do we make Sente win? So, we're like that. But anyway, Dangerous said, you said you're kind of new to Shogi. You came from chess. Is 7Q supposed to be okay on Shogi Wars 3 minutes? I don't know about okay. So the thing is, 3 minutes is a little different from the other time. In my experience, 3 minutes is has a different set of... 3 minutes is different from the other 2 time controls on Shogi Wars because better players seem to start 3 minutes later, in my experience. So I think it will be very difficult to find actual beginners playing 3 minutes on Shogi Wars. So I assume you still have bots on. Maybe you're just getting games against bots. I don't know. As someone just starting, it's good. But 3 minutes is rough because 3 minutes is 3 minutes is rough. The Shogi Wars input system is not very forgiving, or like, just the site is a blitz site, but their controls are very difficult to play fast. So it's kind of weird that way. I forget where my line was going. I forget where my train of thought was going. My train of thought went off the tracks. So I'll say I wouldn't say it's good, but it's not necessarily bad. In my experience, it felt to me like people started playing Shogi Wars 3 minutes when they were around the 2Q mark everywhere else. That's my take on it. That was my take on it. Hey Harloon, nice to see you. Don Vito, you say that JSA could do small support to Lee Shogi and promote it, but they could, but would that accomplish anything? Would that actually accomplish anything? Like, it would get more money into the Lee Shogi developer's pocket, which is nice. Which is nice because he deserves it. But would it change anything? I mean, they could support me. I mean, if they're going to start supporting Play Shogi, well, they could just start supporting me. You know, I'll take a sub from them. I'll take a monthly sub from them. How about we start at that? Give me a monthly sub. Time 03, hello, good to see you. Your video was blocked on YouTube for copyright music, but the music was copyright free. Yeah, I've had that same problem on Twitch and on YouTube, mostly on Twitch. So even if I use copyright free, explicitly royalty free, copyright free, made for Twitch music, I still on Twitch get the copyright strike, and I think once on YouTube I got it as well. But YouTube made it easy because YouTube's like, well, we can edit out the video and take the music out, which they did. I assume by some sort of AI magic, but like it left my speaking on. So it took the music out, but it left my speaking on, which was awesome. Which is, you know, Twitch just mutes the whole section or the whole, I don't remember, the whole section or the whole video. Don Vito, if you win the mega jackpot, you'll support me and your own shogi books and coffee place. That would be amazing. So you want a coffee place too. Coffee and shogi. It would be amazing. So I like this move. I do like this move. This comes with check, so I don't like this silver move as much. But yeah, the thing is I don't like. It's fine. It's fine. I would have put it here, but maybe that's too greedy. I would have put it there so that I could, you know, pin the gold to the king and then get my rook drop. I don't care so much about losing this lance. But maybe I should. Maybe in a situation where the king is, where their silver and their pawn is bearing down on my king, maybe it is safer to try to trade this off. When you said the pawn 4-4 seemed stuck, you meant that Sente was threatening rook 8-5, which forces rook 8-2. Yeah. This kind of idea. I'm feeling I'm feeling like Gote here does have the advantage. This is going to be a little tough. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it is fine. But this is a very scary structure right here. This is very scary right up in here. It is not going to take that many moves to mate here. So the question is, how lightly do you want to defend this king? Like, do you pull this? Do you just pull the gold back and retain your pieces so that you can do, something like drop this bishop? You're dropping this bishop, or dropping it here even, is really tough. Bringing the yeah, that does allow for the bishop here, which the Gote doesn't have a gold yet. Bishop 7/7 is an interesting idea. Yeah. 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 Bishop 7/7 is a very interesting idea. All right, Don Vito, have a great night. Thank you as always for your generosity. New York Shogi Club do not deserve your support. They have strong players, but they do not promote shogi actively. Yeah, I mean they're I don't know much about them, but they're players. It's like it's they're players. They're players, and that's we're all just trying to have fun in the game. We're hoping to grow where we can, but like maybe just some people who've been in the shogi world for 10 years or so, they realize that it took me 2.5 years to realize that shogi in the West might not be the most may not be the most hopeful of hopes, that anything could actually happen. But some of these guys have been around for 10, 20 years in the game. So they've probably seen some mini booms and mini not, mini booms, mini busts in shogi world. A US charity. Yeah, someone's going to have to donate the money. Someone's going to have to. Can he just run to 1-2? Can the king just run to 1-2? Yeah, the silver drop, I think is met by the gold, and you can't sack or anything like that, because sacking you take, and then this gold is defending the gold on head, so that doesn't work. Wait, what is this? I say I dream of Shogi saying you should. I wonder what that's in response to. He can take the knight first. Oh, if silver 2-1, gold 3-1. And then silver 2-1, gold 3-1. And then take the knight. And then this gold takes. Ah! And then the rook takes. Okay. Okay. So just to. So that was. If king takes, it's a straight up rook take with check. Ah. Wait, no, but the gold would come here. The gold would come here. So if we drop the silver, gold goes back. If we take this, I guess we could take this rook first. We could take this, then the gold comes out, then the rook take comes in. You're more generous than Bill Gates. Yeah, you've donated a lot more to Shogi than Bill Gates has. That is true. That is absolutely true. I want to know if this is the best move. I think this is it. Hey, ruthixka, great to see you as always. Bishop drop 1-4. Bishop drop 1-4 does seem good. Because it prevents this. Yeah, it prevents coming in there. But then we take the gold. But then we take the gold and, well, he takes the gold with the king. So if we do this, bishop comes out. We take the gold. King takes. Boy. Yeah, there's a lot of calculation in Shogi. If you don't like calculation, you probably won't like Shogi. Though, you could just play fast time controls, in which case you don't have to calculate as much. I mean, your brain... So that's the thing, in 3-minute games, what's the calculation? Is that enough? If we drop silver 2-1 and then he takes the gold, is that enough? Take. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Bishop drop. Yeah, it is. Bishop drop. Bishop drop is mate. So is silver drop. So is silver drop is probably the clearer mate. So take, redrop the silver. King goes back there. We get the bishop drop. We get the bishop drop mate. Yeah. So it is Sumero. It is Sumero. Oh, king 5-9. So we give it up. So it's not Sumero. It was take, and then run. And then I guess we prepare it. Then we prepare with a bishop drop. And then hope that he doesn't have mate. So is there any... Shogi is very complicated. This has turned out to be a really good game to watch, to spectate, I'm going to say here. You know, a lot of these WSL games end up going, they either play too quickly, or the ones that I've streamed anyway, they end very quickly because of a mismatch on the board, or this has been a really interesting one. Material against king safety. I think both of them did not focus on king safety. Sente had this sort of mini Yagura, but the king stayed mostly in the center. What do we do? Do we take with the rook? You're saying take with the king and then get the final gold for the rook? Well, there's no this isn't a gold. This is a silver though. Yeah, if they try to make, yeah, then we'd be able to sacrifice. What if you could drop promoted in Shogi? I think in Kyoto Shogi you can drop whatever side you want. What if you could do that in actual Shogi? I think it would certainly make Tsume problems easier. It would make checkmating the king easier. Yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't be able to drop a pawn. You wouldn't be able to. We'd have to have a we'd have to have a rule that you can't drop promoted. You can't drop tokens. So yeah. So I knew Shogi already poked a hole in this idea. And Taimo also said pawns become broke. Yeah. And Fortune, yeah. So everyone is faster than I am. Everyone's faster than I am. I didn't get to the pawns. In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, this could be, you know, rook and bishop, it wouldn't matter. And then I stopped thinking. I didn't think about pawns. So that I don't like. That I don't like. I think if I was going to drop the bishop, I would have dropped it on 5-7 to head off the escape. To head off the escape. Yeah, if you drop 5-7, this gold is no longer a possibility because you would just promote the dragon or promote the bishop. now this gold is kind of stuck, or this bishop is kind of stuck here. Maybe it works. Let him cook. Yeah. He yeah. How in the world can Sente not get a gold? You can't. Oh man. It's like all these diagonal pieces, just like 3 of them on attack. No golds on attack. The more I stare, the more I still think Sente's fine. I still think Sente's fine. I still think I still, so I'm seeing this position. I'm not calculating, but my brain is saying Sente is still fine here. Yeah, this isn't really a threat. I think we can just take. I think we can take. Take, take, take. And it's still safe? I don't think there's a mate after. He's still, he'll have 2 silvers. He'll have 2 silvers and a gold in hand and a horse on 4-7. But we're still defending. We're still defending. We still don't have a gold in hand, but there's space to run now. There's space to run, and there's a rook defending the 2nd rank. I think it's, I'm still, I think it's still okay. Todowski doesn't agree. Adria Shogi saying gold takes, bishop takes, rook takes 7-8. Exactly. I mean, that seems okay. It's scary. It's awfully scary, but yeah. I'm just not sure where Sente's attack is going to come from. It's going to have to come from silver, or it's. I think sacrificing a rook here is going to be tough because this king is not all that safe. Pawn 7-7 promote, you think? So if we do that, pawn 7-7 promote, knight takes, is that good enough? Maybe. Maybe. Knight takes, redrop the pawn. Do we have time then? You missed the knight takes, but still, yeah, silver drops 6-7, and Sente has no castle. Yeah. 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 Or do we... Yeah. Yeah, it does seem scary. Wow. So that to me feels like maybe he thought too long. Or am I just not seeing it? That to me seems like he spent a lot of time thinking and then made probably the worst of his options. I've been there. I that's the thing that I think about when I talk about playing slow games, because I'm not convinced for myself that, like, if I think a very long time, I'm not convinced that I make the best move. I think I start rotating through the ideas, and eventually just my brain picks one. And hey, Super Gawiak, nice to see you. Shogi Dad saying cope. uh, hmm. So you just take, right? Take. Take. Rook takes. Bishop takes. King takes. Take. Rook takes. Drop the silver. Drop the silver. If rook takes, promoted silver takes, king takes, drop the rook. I think it's just mate. If he takes, so takes, king takes, rook drops, king runs, gold drop. Whoa. Huh. What am I missing? What am I missing? Wait, I don't. Yeah, it's just take, right? Take and then drop. Rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, rook drop leaves him. Yeah, forward. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just take, king takes, rook drop is mate. The only, and if the king goes up, then we drop the silver here. We drop the silver, king goes over, then we drop the gold. So does Sente have a mate now? Does Sente have mate? Sente doesn't have a lot of pieces. But this gold is can we run up? No. Or wait. Can So I think the best chance of the trick was giving up the rook and taking the gold. The best chance of the mistake. Yeah, now there's nothing. Now there's no Yeah, there's nothing to stop the gold drop on 5-2, 5-8 now. I guess we drop the silver back here. Yeah, let's drop the silver back. Drop the silver back on 4-9. Drop the silver back on 4-9. If he takes, we take. Gold drop 6-8 if we drop that. Ah, that's true. Well, I think we're in Hope Shogi land anyway. A Nifu really would be something. Like a pawn drop on 5-7 would have been something. I still think coming up here would have been the best. The plan. Running and trying to get this gold and hoping that the opponent forgot that it's Sumero against, with the gold in hand. Yeah, rook takes 7-8. What do you think of, so rook takes 7-8. It's still not mate though. It's bishop takes, and then we're still in bad shape. We're still basically in Hishi, and we don't have a gold. You do gain a turn. That's true. You do gain a turn. They say that tempos are important They say that tempos are important in shogi. Yeah, maybe you don't gain the turn. Maybe you don't gain the turn because there's still the drop. There's still the drop on the head. There's still what I was saying earlier. Still is in play. Yeah. Yeah. So if rook takes, then we just drop the gold. Lorenzo Coco, yeah, gold drop 5-8. Todovsky also sees it. Yeah, so it takes, like I said, it takes me some time sometimes. Everyone's seeing everything before I saw it.
30秒
Yeah, so the gold drop is mate. The gold drop is definitely mate. There it is. GG. GG. So Spain 1 was in the lead for, you know, is the leader in this WSL division right now. So Spain 1 is the leader. Let's see in this month's game. Where is it? Wait a minute. Oh, that's round. Oh, all the rounds. Okay, so that means Slovakia won. Slovakia won this month. You know, they still have the first board game going. So this is Spain 1's first loss of the year, and Slovakia is climbing back up. It's a really close division this year. You know, everyone's in there. You know, outside of the bottom 3 here, everyone is within fighting chances, and I still wouldn't count any of these. I wouldn't count any of these games out, any of these teams out, because it's still so early. But yeah, it's plumped up. Good game. That was a fun one. That was a really fun one to watch. Thank you to the players. And yeah, that was fun. But now what? Now what to do? Yeah, after taking the gold. Yeah, take the gold and then drop it on the next move. Just to show just to show that you had it. Oh, the specified room doesn't exist anymore. They already left. Darn. I wanted to go back in there. just to show the opponent that you had Sumero against them. Just oh man. That would have been good. What else? Robert the Bruce. I haven't seen this username, it feels like, in a long time on 81 Dojo. Come on, I'm clicking. Can't you? If you double click the names, doesn't it do something? Doesn't it pop up their... Okay, yeah, it does on this side. So this must be a bug in the new... This must be a bug on 81 Dojo. I cannot click his name to get up his details. But I can on this side. I'm going to keep trying. It's not going to stop me from trying. All right, I'm going to get out of this game. I want to see if there's something else up with that. What if I try this one? No. Yeah, so it's just you can't open up Gote's information box anymore. Oh, it worked for you? So maybe something changed in that update, and I have to cache reload this page, like the sounds and all that stuff. So you all are getting different music right now than this ending music. Oops, I just logged out. I accidentally logged out. Rip to all my dmiles. All right, so well that gives me a chance. I'm just going to okay. I'm waiting for it to finish loading. Okay. So let's hear what it, oh the ended game is still up. Oh, there it is. Wow, that is not good. That is not, wait. It's all clipping. It's not clipping. It sounds like static. Am I hearing that right? Did I get the right sound? Is that what yours all sounds like? Is that possibly not static and it's a percussion instrument? Yeah, I wish it was the Wars BGM. Wow, that's a regret. Let's see if I can open his use. Okay, I can open Gote's box now. At least that works. Yeah, there's a flute and then it goes do 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 and then static. Or static or like wood clapping or something. The do 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 do. So this was the early morning WSL game. You can live with that? I cannot, Lorenzo. I cannot. I cannot. Especially since it was fine. It was fine. It feels like to me one of those changes for change's sake. And 81 Dojo has had a bunch of those, which are fine. But it does feel like 81, like Hidechi has been making a bunch of change for change's sake in the past few months. Boy, I wish there was another WSL game to watch. When is the next WSL? Tomorrow at 3 a.m. my time. So I won't be doing that. But yeah, well, that was fun. Yeah, this app still we still can't download. At least I can't download. I did enable Japanese in my languages, in the app, but it looks like I still can't download. You can turn that off in the setting. You can turn off sounds, right? But I want sounds. Oops. This, like, I want the start sound. And I want the end sound, but like, so if your opponent resigns, does that sound happen? The do 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 sound? Probably. Yeah, I assume it is. Yeah, because that's what it's probably just playing the same thing. So I need now I'm gonna have to make a user style to bring back some other sound. Like, you win. Get some old make a Street Fighter 2 themed 81 dojo. Perfect. Yeah, get Mortal Kombat in there. Flawless victory. Fatality. Oh, I don't know I haven't played Stanley Parable. Let's see if there's a YouTube video for it. Well, with YouTube.
I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
There we go.
You win! Congratulations!
If that's it, I like it. If that is it, I like it.
You win! Congratulations!
It's ridiculous, but I'll take it. Oh, it goes on a bit to say you didn't really even earn the win. Well, that's the best kind. That's the best kind of congratulations. Is the the trolling congratulations. I mean, he sounded kind of sarcastic. All right. Who else is playing? Who else can I watch? I'm not ready to stop, so I'll play a game. I'm gonna play one game. I'm gonna try to play a game. Maybe my head isn't bothering me as much. And after just being outright dead yesterday, it's amazing how much. Once I woke up this morning, not that I didn't sleep much over the night, because when I'm anyway, I was so Imai Yoshiyuki.
1、
よろしくお願いします.
3、4、1、
A 3-dan with an Indian flag and a Japanese name, so I wonder what that is.
1、1、2、
Get that up.
1、1、1、2、1、1、
Okay.
1、1、1、1、1、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、1、2、1、2、
Let's try.
2、
So I'm not sure if what I'm doing is right here.
1、2、3、4、1、2、1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
Did I miss something there? Did I miss an opportunity?
3、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、 2
Mm.
2 1
So this
1 2 1
this king is in not a great spot.
5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1
No, 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 no. Yeah,
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10
Oh, come on. Come on. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the bug on 81 Dojo that I'm talking about. You could see I clicked it. You can see I triple clicked it. So if we look at the clip there, I made the move. I made the move well in advance. This is why I have lost so many games on 81 Dojo of these 10-second games. Boy, that's so aggravating. It's so aggravating. You could see the piece change color. You could see it. It was clicked. Cost 1, good to see you. So freaking annoying. Let's bring that into Lee Shogi. So I think I should have dropped the silver first, but let's take a look. I think I was fine. Oops. That's an interesting message. Let me show you. Says minus 400. All right, so oh, thank you, Fordune. Thank you. Wait, so why does it want the 2-4 drop again? Why does it want this? Why does it want this? Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. They're going to push this down, or it's definitely going to be tricky. It's not a winning position by any means. I'm going to run this. So at the end there, what was my best move? At the end, it was taking. So the move I tried to do was the best. Yeah, this is minus or plus 3.5. Yeah. Yeah. What does the opponent do here? This is only plus 3. This feels way better than plus 3 to me. He can't drop the lance because I dropped the pawn. Well, if he drops the lance, I take the gold. without promote. Does he push this pawn? Well, what does the engine say? I'm speculating here. I'm speculating with my frail human brain. When the engine's moves are on the right, my eyes don't look at them. But 3-4, it's saying 3-4 silver is the best. Yeah, that makes sense. Then I take and he takes back. And it's an advantage, but it's not like the biggest advantage. I was wondering if is the pawn. Oh yeah. So the second best move is just pulling the gold back, which seems terrible. And it's plus 3.9. Pushing this pawn is not good because this knight takes no promote, I'm going to guess, is Sumero. So we're not going to lose our rook. All right. That's good. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating to me that I get into this nice position and I literally played the move. I literally played the move with time to spare. And it just didn't accept my move. It just didn't register it. It just didn't register the move. All right, Foradun has started a match. Let's watch Foradun rather than as I stew over being cheated of a win. Man, the state of shogi software. I tells ya. Oh, let me fix my layout. I tells ya. It's just not good. It's like promoting is something you do a lot. It should be flawless. How many games have I lost like that? A lot. A modern play. Foradun is a modern man. What about free stuff? What about commercial and free stuff? Wait, what? The commercial shogi software isn't great either. Very modern play. Foradun is a very modern player. Foradun is not Sente. Foradun's not Sente. Foradun is Gote. Okay. All right. Just bang the window. No, I have to flip this board because I'm cheering for Foradun. So let me try to flip the board. Where is it? There it is. I need to look from Foradun's position. I can't be staring at the other way. Foradun hasn't castled his king either, so we're also relatively modern. You know, once this king gets up, then we're both modern. We're living in modern times. Ooh. Huh. Surprising to me that Fortune didn't want the seemed to be protecting against that bishop exchange, because that seemed kind of fine to me. Maybe it wasn't with the king on 5-9 or 5-1 in this case. I swear Fortune was 3-dan on 81 Dojo. I'm gonna. This is his 3-dan promotion game. Let's get info here. The max was 1749. Okay. So now I'm extra cheering for 4. Wait, go back to pawn 1-6. Wait, what was that? In this game? Is there something here? It must have been a different game. I apologize. So from the school that knights, from the school of thought that early knight losses are not a problem if you get positional gain. I learned this from one of I Dream of Shogi's videos. Fortune defending that with the silver. That's kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense. Want to keep that pawn in hand. But now, yeah, but now once the pawn comes up, yeah. Well, drop the knight on 5-3 or 5-7. Does that work? Does that work? I think it does. I think dropping the knight works. You got that knight. Why not use it to fork a king and a gold? That's as good as anything. Yeah, knight drops, silver takes, knight promotes. Looks good to me. Actually, do you promote? No, I don't think you promote. I think you just let it ride and fork it again. Right? Like this would be awfully nice. Promoting is better, you think? So promoting allows us to get the silver out. Oh man, he missed it. He missed it. Oh no. Maybe he didn't miss it. Maybe he has other ideas. I'm hoping he has other ideas because that seems like a real nice opportunity. Man, I'm bummed about that. Wait, if you promote, you're just winning the silver. If the silver retreats to 6-7, you take it, and after gold takes, rook takes 6-7. Ah, that's the nice insight. That's the nice insight. Okay. Well, so my thinking was that maybe if you promote, the silver takes this pawn. Like the pawn was here. That I would think that, or the silver would come. There was no pawn. There was the knight vacated this square. I was saying the silver would come up here, hitting this free silver. So I guess, take, and then, oh well, then I guess you could just wedge in a silver here. Yeah, maybe, yeah. You would just be able to wedge it in to force that trade off in a way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any proverb about a promoted minor piece on 5-3, but there is about the token on 5-3. And I don't remember what it is. What is it? A token on 5-3 is a won game or is a winning game? And you're saying, so you just commented on basically exactly the discussion point that I was talking about. Yeah. When you promote a minor piece or pawn on 5-3, obviously a pawn on 5-3 with tempo, it's almost always super strong. Yeah, okay. So there probably should be a proverb. Yeah. An amended proverb for modern times. I feel like that was a big missed opportunity, but I need to be able to get my mind out of thinking about lost opportunities. That exact proverb comes up in your video in the Habu game. In the new video? Because I don't remember it from the previous video. Oh, the new one. Okay, the new one. Okay. Man, this thing has been just waiting there. It's unfortunate though. Yeah, so this is brutal. Take, and then drop the gold. This game is, I don't think this is over, but we're getting there. I think if we drop the gold, does he promote the token? I don't think so. Can he? Can he? I like this. I like to promote the token on whatever this is, 7-7, 7-3. Yeah, this I don't think is this I don't think was great. This I don't think was great. Wow.
20秒。1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
That one's a little now he can pull this silver back, and that's difficult.
10秒。
I don't want to just keep getting tempoed by this stuff. But I suppose if he does, then we take this pawn.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
You also can't drop. Yeah, now with this here, we can't drop the pawn. Oh, all right. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how it's done. That is how it's done. Congratulations. Fordoon is now 3 Dan on 81 Dojo. There it is. 3 Dan. So I'm continuing to slide down behind the friends. So that's good because it gives me motivation to come up. I'm going to say this was not the most polished Fordoon game that I've ever watched. But it was a win. And, winning shogi is better than any other shogi. Very nice, Fordoon. Congrats. Big congrats. Big congrats. Like I was saying, I don't know if you heard, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the most polished of Fordoon games, but it was a win, which is the most important kind. And we take those. I give those losses, so we take those wins. Well, wait, we can't. Yeah, I mean that's not saying much. But I would like to point out that my peak is in 3 Dan range before 3 Dan was a possibility. Before when 3 Dan was 1800, my peak was 1770. So who's to say? Who's to say? I'm close. I'm 2 wins away. I'm two wins away from ranking up. I'm also like 2 or 3 losses away from ranking down. So that's, it's a volatile site. I Shogi, yeah, isn't it funny? But you can only see it on your own account. You can only see it for your own account. Yeah, visible to account owner only. Look at this. It's ridiculous. I have lost by illegal move. So more than 15% of my losses on 81 Dojo are illegal move. In 10-second games, I'm guessing like 30% of my moves or losses at least are due to time. Because like that previous game, that I still contend it wasn't my fault. I'll watch it later. And in case no one clipped it, I'll watch it later. I'm convinced that with a second to go, I made that move and started clicking on it when it was clear that it wasn't accepting my move. And it even showed up, like it showed that red color. But anyway, but yeah, okay. So there's that. You don't. Does that mean you've never lost with an illegal move? Have you never lost with an illegal move? I mean, I won't be able to see it, but so you have 92 losses, and our 81 Dojo records are somewhat similar. Wow, you've won 5 in a row. Yikes. At least 5 in a row. Maybe Hidechi is just showing it to me. Maybe this is a warning that I'm about to be banned for illegal move losses. Because when you do an illegal move loss, 81 Dojo sends you a nasty gram, right? At least it used to. You know, it gave you a real passive aggressive message in the chat box. Every time I see this German player Lalibee, I think of Jollibee, the Filipino burger and fried chicken franchise or chain. We had Jollibee a few days ago. I prefer Popeyes, but in terms of, well, you don't see it. I'm going to show you. You don't see it either, and he's going to try to Nifu. Oh, I've got to switch this. I've got to switch the board. I need to see from Adreno Shogi's perspective. Yeah, this looks very much like Adreno Shogi stuff. That's interesting. So against Nakabisha, he plays a very quick night jump. Presumably to try to force like pawn drop forks to open up those fork possibilities. Get this pawn up and then be able to get the silver up. But then that silver's sort of locked in there. I love Torizashi against Nakabisha. I probably like it too much, but like I'm surprised that people don't play it more often. You know, especially it's Nakabisha is telegraphed, you know, pretty early on, so you know what is coming. So like if that pawn push happen, if the first move is a pawn push to 5-6, you could at least prepare to make your Torizashi. Like you don't have to play Torizashi by playing the Urashino move order. You could go up with your pawns. This is interesting to me. This is very interesting. I don't know what he's going for here. Like if the pawn would have taken, would he have? Oh yeah. He would have taken. He can take now because now the bishop is going to be. Well, no. Yeah, the bishop can go back on this diagonal. Okay, so we'll exchange it off, then we'll drop the pawn back on 2-2, maybe? It's not so easy because the rook is there. The rook is there, then we would take this pawn. Boy, that's for the other player, that seems like the worst possible result there. But maybe. Wow. Just giving up that lance. I dream of Shogi's castle is, it's a boat. It's nothing fancy, but he's also got the silver back here. Do you dare do anything like? Do you dare do anything like this? And then hope to get. Well, no, because the silver is defending here. There's a move here. I'm not seeing it, but there is. I'm convinced there is a move here. I'm convinced there's a haymaker right here. I like that one. But he doesn't have a pawn in hand. Like a lance here is not... A lance here, is it going to do anything? If, you know, he drops a lance, the rook slides away. Then that lance is kind of doing nothing. Oh, it's Hena Tyoko Kyusen. That's what that early knight jump is against the Nakabisha. Sugar, yeah. KKR, Arjuna Shogi is a student of, not a student, but you know, he studies Sugar's videos. And I know, you know, he's a fan of his openings. I think he has one or two of Sugar's books. So this seems good now. Wait, well, I mean, it always seemed good, but actually no, because the silver is defending against this knight. Can we drop the knight here? It would be really fun to be able to be a shogi player and be able to read Japanese books. And to be able to just not that maybe it's better for me that I can't, but like being able to buy Sugar's book and read it and think about it, like I enjoy that stuff. But maybe someone could argue that buying and reading lots of books is a waste of time. I think that's a valid statement. Could be valid. A waste of time when it comes to improvement, I'll say. Because you end up reading more than you play or whatever. So instead, you know, I'm focused. Instead, I read Tsume books or things like that. You know, things that are immediately practical. Playing 1 minute shogi is the only way. You get a lot of opening practice. You would definitely get a lot of opening practice from playing 1 minute shogi. I don't think I could make the moves fast enough to finish a game of 1 minute shogi. Like the 2 minutes on the Shogi Quest has a 2 minute shogi mode. Even on mobile, that is tough. That is very tough for me. For me, it is very difficult. So I Dream of Shogi has, like I mentioned earlier, has promoted back into the 4 Dan range. So 4 Dune is now 3 Dan. I Dream of Shogi is 4 Dan. You know, it's all good. It's all good. It's all motivation. Motivation to improve. If you believe you can improve. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I haven't hit my no, I'm not. I think I can get better. I think I can get better. I may be old, but I think I still can get better. I don't think I could be good enough. I don't think I could get good enough to hit 2 Dan on Shogi Wars. But improving a little bit more, I definitely think I can improve a little bit more. Huh. Man, being Fugere is really annoying in this position. There would be so many nice things to do if you just had a pawn to drop. Yeah. I was looking at this on the previous move when the bishop was here, and then I thought, oh, this doesn't. I thought, what does this do? It doesn't prevent this, but obviously it defends here. Ooh. Semi-curious what the engine thinks of this position. And both kings are relatively safe, but the material favoring Adriano Shogi, I think, at the moment. Position to me seems to be favoring him, but I there's plenty of subtlety, I think, here. Ooh. Wow. So giving up the fork, but giving up the fork. He's going for the fork. Okay. So Foradun didn't see the fork for a long time in the previous game. But Adriano Shogi saw the fork. But this fork is not as good as the other game's fork. So that's the thing is, I wonder, do you want to give a knight? Do you want to give a knight? Because it's still, like, you could redrop that knight here. I actually do even need to redrop it. You could just promote right in. Yeah, when you had your knight, you had the knight that you got, you could have dropped it on 5-7 backed by your other one. So it was a nasty position. which it's understandable, I think, just because you don't so often, at least I don't. It's not every day that you get a knight so early for free while your knight is already attacking. Is there any... Boy. This really became strong. Like, he's not going to drop another gold back here, right? A knight? If he dropped the gold, then the knight would happen. Now he's got the pawn, but it's not in time for this. Oh, he resigned. He resigned. I wonder if he missed. I wonder if he meant to drop the knight, and he got frustrated by his. I wonder if he read the line dropping the knight. Like, did he miscount the number of attackers? GG. Congrats to Adriano Shogi. I'm not going to say closing in on 5 Dan, but getting closer to 5 Dan. He got closer to 5 Dan than to 3 Dan. That was certainly unexpected. I was thinking he would drop the knight first. Let me follow the latest just to see. Boy, that seems terrible, right? No? Maybe not. So I'm yeah, the rook for a knight. Yeah, that seems awful. A knight, if rook for a knight with a tempo too. Yeah, this is tricky. Everything that allowed the token to get in, I thought was really tricky. But if he just would have, if he, rather than promoting, if he would have dropped the knight here, this is the move I thought. This is what I expected. Oh, I see. This, okay, because you've got the gold. Oh, that really changes things. That really changed. Well, it changes things, but the rook comes back. If the rook comes, you give up the bishop, and then the knight comes in, and then it still seems like it could be okay for him. you take, if you drop the gold, he comes up, takes. Yeah, that still seems good to me, no? Because now that token is going to happen. Yeah, that's gonna be that's still maybe just totally enough. I was wondering about this, but it seems to get like I was wondering if maybe we try to push to get some sort of threat the other direction. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be really slow to break this castle. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and we're probably just winning here, right? Although he does have a pawn. Not that we can't just take. Yeah. He's got no gold. So maybe, yeah. But either way, that seemed to me to be his better chance. Really nice game. Really nice game. Wow. Man. That's why I say that's why I say that I just need to get to 5 Don. And then people will start resigning against me in the middle game. That's if I could just get to this point, then I'm just gonna hit 7 Don. Oh, you think you have the highest win rate in this opening? Ah. The pawn 4-5 versus Gokigen Nakabisha. Yeah, that's a really interesting approach. It looks great. It looks great. You know, I still think Torizashi is great against it, but yeah, that looks really scary. And it almost feels like so much of what Nakabisha wants to do is almost handcuffed by it. And I'm going to guess that he misplayed the sixth file here in the early opening into the middle game. Does Sugar have a book on this opening? Like, have you? Yeah, I've seen, like, your rating just keeps going up this week. It's a chapter in the book. Really nice. Oh man, I'm so jealous of being able to read those. Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. Really good stuff. Like I said, I am very happy with Torizashi against Nakabisha, but this does look really good. And I like that the flexibility of the boat castle allows you to do something like this. Yeah. Ooh, all right. Well, I'm going to finish up this last game before heading out. This Nicholas 123. I'm going to cheer on fellow West Coaster. I'm going to flip the board to be on his side. He's going against an Anaguma. He looks like he's in a great position. He's got his full Mino. He's gonna win if he wants it. He's gonna win a rook. If he wants it. And he does. So all the friends of the channel are winning today. That's... You say it's so hard to defend everything. There are so many ideas. Yeah, that's what it looks like in there. In that opening. It looks like there are a lot of ideas. All right. And he won. Very good game. Very good game. Does he have any details on his page? No, he has no details. Great player, really nice guy. And so I'm glad to see him win. So everyone, all the friends of the channel today won, except for me. No, I'm not going to call mine a loss. I had an advantageous position when 81 Dojo stole the game from me. So I'm not going to call that a loss. I refuse to acknowledge that loss because that wasn't even just a timeout. I clicked it, and then I double clicked it, and then it still didn't register for me in time. So that's my official position. My official position on it is that I won. But anyway, that'll do it. I will see you all later. Hope everyone has a night drop 5/5 seemed better than taking the rook. Yeah, I would have expected him to add more pressure to the, add more attackers to the position. But I'm going to guess he figured he just had I'm going to guess that he just felt so far ahead that there was no point to get fancy. But maybe those are the points where you should get fancy. Like maybe those are the points where you should slow down and be like, okay, that rook is going nowhere. Let me just add attackers. But yeah. Anyway, wait, did I see Turtwig had a game? Is this okay? This is old. He's still not on. All right. I was gonna say, can we get another friend of the channel winning? Can we get another friend of the channel winning? All right. Anyway, thanks everyone. I'll see you later. Enjoy your weekend. Hope you have a great weekend of Shogi. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for the support, as always, for Dune and Don Vito Shogi. Really appreciate that. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And take care, everyone. Bye. I was going to log out of 81 Dojo instead of clicking the OBS button. All right, so